Welcome back to Pink Turtle Soaps. Today we're making blueberry thyme soap, and in my opinion it's the perfect blueberry fragrance. I find that fragrance companies tend to stay more on the dessert side as far as blueberry. You know, you've got your blueberry muffin, blueberry pancake, blueberry cheesecake, and that's all fine. But this one is more herbal. It has really the only sweetness in it is the blueberry itself, so it really comes through. So if you're wanting like just a plain blueberry soap, then this one is perfect. It has some green notes in there that help balance out the sweetness of the blueberry, so it's really nice. In this bucket I have all my oils melted, and then in this bucket I have my sodium hydroxide mixed with distilled water. Also trying out a new camera angle today, so fingers crossed that it works out fine. All I'm going to do now is add my lye water to my oils, blend them together, and that makes soap. Now that my oils and the lye water are blended together, I'm going to take this large bucket and split it into 5 smaller ones. So now that my soap has been split off into 5 buckets, one of them being significantly smaller than the rest, I'm going to add the colorants. Into the first one, I'm going to add Purple Vibrance. It's my favorite purple. It's very versatile too. If you wanted to lighten it up, you could just add a little bit of titanium dioxide and you'd get a really pretty light purple. In this one, I'm going to add Alpine Green. Into this one, I'm going to add Blue Vibrance. And into this one, I'm adding Dark Navy. And into the smaller one, I'm adding some titanium dioxide. Now I'm just going to stick blend all of the colors, moving from the lightest shade to the darkest. All the colors are nice and blended, I'm going to add the fragrance oil and I'm going to stir that in by hand. My molds, and I'm thinking I'm going to start with the purple. I'm just going to pour a little bit into each side. About like that. Then I'm going to come in with the Blue Vibrance and just make a couple passes. Those two colors look really good together. Now I'm going to come in with the Alpine Green. Do a pass that way and come in this way. Then I'm going to come in with the navy. There's a couple passes of that. It looks a little gray right now, but it will turn a really pretty navy blue. Then our white, which typically happens with titanium dioxide, has gotten pretty thick. So I'm going to go ahead and add it now. And then pour from up high so it falls down pretty close to the bottom. I'm actually going to pour most of it right now. I don't want to risk it being too thick to do anything with once we finish the soap. All the rest that's in this container, I'll just add it to the top. Now I'm going to come back with the purple. I'm going to pour from up high so that it'll push that white down. Come back with the Blue Vibrance. Pouring it from up high too. Once they start thickening up like this, you really do have to pour from up high so that when it falls, it'll sort of pierce through all the different layers. Now we're going to come in with the green. then follow that up with the navy. Okay, so my next step is to take my hanger tool, and I'm going to slowly just work my way back and forth. Try to push all those colors around. Don't want to do it too much and then mix all of your colors together and you get really ugly colors, but you do want to do it enough that it's noticeable inside the soap. I'm going to actually pound these down to try to work any air bubbles from that hanger tool. Sometimes when you do a hanger swirl, you push air into your soap, and it's a good idea to pat them down to help release those air bubbles. The only thing left to do now is to scrape out all of my buckets and then lay it in the middle of the soap like this. And then once I finish that, it'll be time to shape up the top. Now that I've got all my bowls cleaned out, I'm going to take my little spatula here and just slowly sort of push towards the middle. And it gives a really pretty spiked look, almost like ocean waves. It'll also help marble those top colors together too. Alright, the soap is all finished. All I have left to do now is spray it down with rubbing alcohol to help prevent soda ash. And I'm going to clean up my molds here a little bit, and that's it. We'll probably come back in about 24 hours to cut it up and check out the inside. So it is now the next morning, and I've already cut up one of the loaves. Normally I have to wait about 24 hours to cut up the soap, but this one is nice and firm, so it's ready to cut. We'll go ahead and cut this first bar off. And that's what it looks like on the inside. I last minute decided to add white into this color combo, and I'm really glad that I did. I feel like it breaks up all those dark colors. Up close you can really see the hanger swirl, all those like little wispy, pointy parts. That's caused by the hanger tool. Let's go ahead and cut off another one. That one's really pretty too. And the smell is so sweet. It's honestly the best blueberry fragrance in my opinion. I've worked with a couple others, and this one I feel like really nails that blueberry, that sweetness, but then it also has that green sort of herbal undertone to it. So we'll go ahead and cut up the rest of this loaf and check out the hanger swirl. If you'd like to grab yourself a bar, these will be available at pinkturtlesoaps.com November 1st at 8 a.m. Also, let me know how you feel about this new filming angle. If you like it this angle better or the old way. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next Wednesday.